All right, today we're going to be using these two papers. This says Lifecycle of a Spider, and it's got these arrows, and then this one also. So make sure you have those, and you'll need your scissors and your glue. But first, before we do that, we're going to read a little bit about the life cycle of a spider. That means how it's born, how it grows up, what happens. So first, we've got our adult spider, right? Our adult spider lays eggs. See all these little like balls? Those are spider eggs. Ooh. Then the spider wraps her eggs in silk, and then after a while they hatch, and when spiders hatch they're called spiderlings. That's the name for baby spiders. So we'll read a little bit about each part of the life cycle. So we've got our eggs first. In the fall, female, which are girl, female spiders will mate with male spiders. Then she will lay her eggs just in time for winter. So the spider lays her eggs, each one comes out, and in there will become a spider. Sac. Thousands of her eggs are safely wrapped inside a silk egg sac. So she's wrapped them up with her silk. The eggs will hatch sometime in the spring. And when they hatch, they're called spiderlings. When spiders are born, they are called spiderlings. They look exactly like their parents when they are born, but they have a soft skeleton. So a spider has a hard skeleton on the outside, which is called an exoskeleton. The spiders, when they're just born, they're a little bit soft. Spiderlings hatch and then they turn into adults. Their skeleton will now grow hard, and as adults, they will look for a spider to mate with, and the life cycle will continue. So that means it goes around and around. Like a bicycle, the wheels go around and around. A cycle goes around and around and around. And so the spider lays eggs, they grow up, right? And then they lay eggs. So we need our life cycle paper and our shapes. Let me go find my scissors. Here they are. Not too far. All right. So I am going to cut out my pieces. There's going to be 4 of them. I'm gonna make sure I put my trash in the trash can or to the side and then throw it away after. But definitely not thrown on the floor, because when we come to school, we're not gonna throw our trash on the floor. That's a definite no-no. All right, so here are my pieces. I've got a spider, I've got my eggs wrapped in an egg sac, I've just got my eggs all together, and then I've got my spiderlings. Ooh. So we're gonna start right here with an adult, right? Because you have to be an adult spider to lay eggs. You have to be a grown-up spider. So here's our grown-up spider. So the grown-up spider mates with another spider, and then the female spider lays eggs. When she lays the eggs, they're just they kind of stick together. But they're not wrapped in an egg sac yet. She's gonna have to wrap them in an egg sac, which is made up of spider silk, which is what they use to make their webs. So here are the eggs, all wrapped up in her egg sac. And then when they're ready, they hatch, right? And what are they called when they hatch? Do you remember that word? Spiderlings. When they hatch, they are called spiderlings. And there we have it. And then the spiderlings grow up to be adult spiders. right? The adult spiders lay eggs. The eggs are wrapped into an egg sac. The eggs from the egg sac hatch and become spiderlings. And then the spiderlings become grown-ups, and it's a cycle. It happens again and again and again. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of coloring. I am going to decide what color I want my big spider to be. Maybe this spider is gonna be a black spider. You can make it a brown spider. You can make it a black spider. Whatever color spider you want. And the spider has 8 legs, right? 4 on each side. 4 plus 4 equals 8. There we go. We've got our spider. Then we have our eggs. Now our eggs aren't really, if I'm looking here, they aren't really a color. They're kind of clear. So I think I'm just gonna leave them clear, but I'm gonna color around them to show that they're clear. Maybe they're laid on top of something. So I'm gonna color around them. All right, and then we've got our egg sac, which the spider wraps into silk. And I'm noticing by looking at my picture that it looks a little bit like very, very light yellow, or like a beige color. So I'm gonna take my yellow and I'm just gonna really lightly color my egg sac. Ooh, and then I've got all my little spiderlings. Now, since my adult was black, I'm gonna make my spiderlings black. Ooh. And there are thousands of them, they said. That's more than 100. Lots more. I wonder where they all go. Hopefully they're helping to eat the mosquitoes. Does anyone have mosquitoes at their house? Every time I go outside, even if it's just for a moment, I get bit by a mosquito. And it's very annoying because I get very itchy, mostly on my ankles and on my arms. And I just don't like it. I bet there's other friends in TK who are getting bit by mosquitoes also. Hopefully all these spiders will be eating those mosquitoes. Good job, you have your life cycle complete.